Hi guys, welcome back. Well, I've got to the stage now with the drill grinder where I need to start thinking about a motor to mount the grinding wheel on, and I've got a couple of options. I've got this Black & Decker 8-inch grinder. I've got a couple of these and they're a decent machine, so that's one option. So I've started stripping it down to see what the possibilities are. I'm just trying to reduce some weight at the moment. Yeah, they're a decent machine, these. Probably dates back to, I don't know, 60s, early 70s. But yeah, I've picked these up off eBay second hand and never had any problem with them. And so that's one option. The only problem is the height. Let me just explain what my intentions are. Well, I've got a Myford Super 7 lathe bed that I've had for probably a couple of years now, and originally I had this mounted on some of my early wood turning efforts, so I've moved on now since I've got the vintage lathe, wood lathe. This is surplus, so the intention is to mount the drill head and the cross slide all onto this lathe bed, and then that will be mounted onto a workbench in the room that I used for doing all the grinding. So you've just seen me machining this section down. This cross slide came with the vintage wood lathe, and I've done one or two alterations on it to make me able to use it in the past. But I've just machined this section down so it'll fit into this cutout on the lathe bed. So that, just bear with me. Quite a heavy beast, that. Yeah, so that'll fit nice and squarely now on the lathe bed, and I can adjust it in and out depending on where the final position needs to be, and bolt that down or clamp it down onto the lathe bed. I can then adjust the grinder in and out to suit the position of the drill tip. So that's that. That isn't the original top plate. I've still got that. I may have to change that over. But then if I mount, let me just put the motor on. Yeah, if I mount the motor at that position, they're quite a distance lower than the centre point on the drill. I should say it's around about 3.5 inches higher than the tip of the drill will be. Now I've been looking at reducing this section down slightly to try and reduce the height of it, which is a possibility. There's 2 bolts under this that bolt onto the motor body itself. There's a start capacitor that's housed under this section, but that can always be repositioned. So I don't really want to do any alterations to this piece. I'm just thinking I could make something up separately that will mount onto the compound slide and then bolt onto the motor body itself, and just retain this for future use. Well, this is another option. This is a 3-phase motor, but the problem I've got with this is it's flange mounted, it's not base mounted, and looking at the body I can't see any easy way of converting that to being foot mounted. This is a brake disc that I've bolted onto it so I could mount it onto the legs of the vintage wood lathe, and this has been turning the original spindle round. So that's flange mounted. I would prefer to use a 3-phase. They give me some option with it working on the phase converter to alter the revolution speed. So I would like to use that, so that's a possibility. But one thing I've been thinking about, the other day I picked up some angle plates. I got a couple of match pairs, and I've got another one separately, so I'm just going to mount that on and see if that will work. Yeah, this is the angle plate that I picked up. I don't mind using this piece with having the 2 matching ones. I don't mind using this on the grinder. So that would bolt onto the compound slide, and then I could position the motor to suit the drill head and bolt it to, no doubt I'd have to make some alterations to the holes that are in it, but that's a possibility. I could mount that onto there. Another option, guys, is I could always make a riser plate for the swivel base that the head is sat on to bring it up, but I don't want to bring it up too far. The bench that I intend mounting the lathe bed on is roughly about that height, so I don't want the whole thing going up too high. But yeah, so that's the 2 options, guys. I'm undecided yet what to do. I may have a look at the Black & Decker one first and see if I can replace that the base on it with something that's more suitable for the height of this. But as I say, I'm undecided yet. Well, the other day I showed the SPV tapping head that I'd picked up, and I needed some lock nuts for these cap screws that the head swivels on. I've got the 2 thrust bearings now for it. I've been waiting for those. I've got the 2 thrust bearings. There isn't one on the bottom plate, but there's one in this section, and then another one goes on between these 2 plates that I made. So I need, I've made one. I need another locking screw for that, locking nut I should say. I had an attempt with this flat plate just as a practice. But what I've decided to do, I've got these 12mm bolts. I'm going to put a hole through the centre, cut the thread off, and then run the tap through that. I'm going to do that on the pedestal drill and see how it works on that. I have tried it on another machine, but I've not tried it on the pedestal drill yet, so that's something I'm keen to try on. Well, I've just had to adapt a couple of open-ended spanners to fit the flats on this collet chuck. I'll fit the bottom, and then there's another flat at the top here, so yeah, they're only a thin slot, so I've just had to grind probably 3-4 millimeters off the width of it to keep those safe now, and then I know I've got them. Can somebody tell me what happens to Allen keys? I've just had to buy another set, metric and inch imperial. I must have bought about 3 or 4 sets of these, some of them in their own individual cases, and when you come to look, I need a imperial one for this this Allen headed screw, and when you come to find one, they're nowhere to be seen. I just don't know what happens to them. I must have thousands of them lying around, but can I find them? No. So if anybody can tell me what happens to Allen keys, I'd be very grateful. Anyway, I need an imperial one for that, and I believe it's a 3/16. Yeah, once the collet's been clamped down. No, it's not 3/16. I'm going to put this back in its holder, then I might be able to find it in future. £5/32. No, that's too big. £9/64. No, we're still too big, guys. What's going on? That's the one, and that is £7/64. Right guys, I'm going to put that back in its holder. You can be my witness. That's gone back in its holder, and they're all there nice and tidy for when I need them next time. Right guys, I'm going to put the torque setting. I've been watching monetary videos on YouTube just to familiarise myself how the thing works. So I'm going to, by turning this anti-clockwise, it goes on to its lowest torque setting, and as you bring the quill down into the hole and it starts to bite, if it doesn't go to sufficient depth and stalls, you then increase the torque. And I think it's a bit of a trial and error to get the setting right, so I think we're right there now. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.